Hello guys, welcome back to another video. We're going to be reacting to the UFC 276 card and going over the picks that I made and what happened during it and what we do next, or what we're going to move on to next. So let's get started with the first match of the early prelims. We have Julia Saligurenko beating Jessica Rose Clark. I got this one wrong, I believe. I did say in the breakdown that Jessica Rose Clark could get caught in an armbar, and that was exactly what happened. Julia Saligurenko took her down, and got her in an armbar immediately. In her previous fight before that, she got her opponent in an armbar like 3 times in like the opening couple minutes of the round. That happened, and then Jessica Rose Clark tapped to an armbar her last fight. So I should have went with my gut with that one, but move on. Let's see if I'm actually in the screen here. Moving on to the next fight. We have Macy Barber versus Jessica I. So I pretty much predicted this one correctly. It's a regular fight. Macy Barber did a really good job holding up the clinch. Really giving her a beating. Got like a hepatome on her head, like right above her like right eye or something like that. She did a really good job. And she moves on to 11-2, I believe. Good for her. And Jessica I did retire after this fight, so best of luck to her. And by the way, my face cam is like really white right now. I'm like could probably light up the earth right now. My lighting is really bad. It'll be fixed soon. I'm not normally this freaking white, but yeah. So moving on, we have Andre Munoz versus Uriah Hall. This fight was a little interesting. I thought Munoz would probably end it earlier than he did, but instead this went on to this went on to a decision. He took him down, or he decided to stand up with him for most of the round, I believe, which was very interesting. But he got past the first round, and then it got a little worrying. Can cardio last long enough for all this? Yep, he controlled Uriah Hall for most of the match. Did plenty of damage. And good win for Andre Munoz. Not much to really say about that one. Not much to take away. He just did a good job. He went 3 rounds. Good for him. On to the next fight. Brad Tavares versus Dricus Duplessis. This was an amazing fight. A complete war. I hope they got a bonus fight of the night. Probably fight of the night. Depends on how they view it with the Barber and Robbie Lawler one, but I think this one definitely got it. First round, Duplessis looked really awkward. Like I said in my video, I believe in so all these other picks I've gotten right. The Macy Barber, the Andre Munoz, and then I got this one right. Dricus Duplessis did look very, very awkward in the first round of this fight. Looked really slow. Got hit a lot. Thought the fight was going to end in the first round. Nope. It goes to the second and third. He slowly got his gears back, and he started picking apart Brad Tavares. He did a really good job there. Busted him open pretty badly on his nose. I thought it was broken. A very good win for Dricus Duplessis. And I got that one right, and we'll move on to who won that I got wrong. Jim Miller versus Donald Cerrone. In my gut, I thought Jim Miller was going to win this one. Obviously didn't pick it, so that's still my fault, but I thought this would probably be easier for Donald Cerrone since he didn't have to make as tough of a weight cut as he normally would have to. But I guess not. He hit him at the high head kick, and then got freaking tripped down and put into a guillotine. So not much to say there. Good win for Jim Miller. I think he gets like the most knockouts or most wins or something like that. Most knockouts, I believe, actually. So good for him. He'll be moving back to Res, probably back to lightweight. And Donald Cerrone retired too. There you go. Next fight, Ian Gary versus Gabe Green. Did this one pretty right. I said that Ian Gary would pick apart Gabe Green. exactly what happened. Gabe Green when he throws punches, he leaves himself open and gets hit like a lot. So I pretty much said that like Ian Gary would touch him up a lot when he went to strike, which is exactly what happened. He dropped him, beat him in all 3 rounds, I believe so. I didn't check the scorecards, but oh wait, yeah, it was 30-27. They beat him in all rounds. Could have been, no, I don't think there was any close rounds, but yeah, he beat him. Really good victory for him. He's still 24 years old. Like to see him compete again this year against, I have no idea. I think I'll probably make a video soon on who he should fight next, but very good win for Ian Gary. A lot of the people that don't like him were very impressed with this, and yeah, very good win. He just needs to like stop being so damn annoying all the time, and maybe people will like him more. But we'll move on to the next match. We got Brad Riddell versus Jalen Turner. This fight lasted not very long. Jalen Turner just came in, hit him with a jab, stumbled him a little bit, and put him in a guillotine. It was over. I believe. It was a guillotine, right? Did I get one of these wrong? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Jim Miller did get a guillotine. And then, yeah, Jalen Turner did get him out. Yeah. Submitted Brad Riddell relatively quickly. I thought the height advantage and the weight advantage would definitely be an issue here. Reach advantage would be an issue, and the leg reach would be an issue, which is shown on the screen, which it definitely was. And, yeah, so Jalen Turner moves on. Brad Riddell goes to 2 losses in a row. Of course, to some good fighters, but he was doing pretty well until he lost those 2 fights, beat Drew Dober. And, yeah, we'll see what's next for him and what's next for Jalen Turner soon. As we move on to the main card, we have Sean O'Malley versus Pedro Munoz. This fight ended up being a no contest, which I have a lot of things or a little bit to say about. I thought Sean O'Malley won the first round. He did a really good job. I think he did more shots to him. There wasn't, I think, any substantial wasn't exactly more substantial damage, but it was more of a patient round, trying to find the gears a little bit between both fighters. A lot of leg kicks from Pedro Munoz that were also being checked by Sean O'Malley as the fight went on. And yeah, I think it was the second round it got stopped. O'Malley hit like a groin shot earlier, which I think hit towards the belt more, but it was like really close. I get it. But even after that, the eye poke, which ended the fight in the no contest, was really weird because Sean O'Malley kind of like put his hand forward and his finger like hit right in front of it. Okay, knock something over. Hit right in front of his eye, which when they slowed it down, it didn't really look like too bad of an eye poke to end the fight. But, I thought that was a little ridiculous. It seemed like he was trying to get out of the fight, not for any particular reason, which I thought was really weird. He wasn't doing horrible, but I don't think he was winning. But yeah, the sucky fight. It's kind of like put a not stale part, but like I don't know where to go with Sean O'Malley at this point. Like, do we give him the Yan fight? Do we have him fight another up-and-comer? Or do we reschedule this fight? I don't know. That's the matchmakers to decide, or we can speculate that later on. But yeah, very unfortunate fight, especially when starting a card, which is supposed to energize the crowd, energize the card, and make it build like towards the end of the card, basically. But yeah, no contest fight. Did not predict that. Surprise, surprise. But yeah. Next fight is Bryan Barberena versus Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler did have a great first round against Bryan Barberena. Was really piecing him up. Had some awesome head movement too. He's like patting, boom, boom, boom. Great head movement. Was stunned Barberena a couple times. I'm not sure when this fight ended, and it was the second round. The end of the second round. Barberena was doing some damage at the beginning, and then Robbie Lawler started to do a little bit too, and then Barberena came back, got him against the cage, and boom, 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 stumbled Robbie Lawler, and ended the fight by the ref. I thought it was a great stoppage. Yeah. I did choose Ryan Barber, and it was looking a little worrying in the first round, but I guess we move on. So yeah, here's a depressing fight of the night. One of them. I chose Sean Strickland against Alex Pereira. Pereira won by knockout. It was not TKO knockout, whatever. Yeah, it was interesting because I did note in the video that Sean Strickland did look like a little off during the weigh-ins. Not like the actual weigh-in part, but like the ceremonial weigh-ins where they introduce everybody. He was like walking slow, like he didn't look very energized. He looked like he was hurting. And the walkout came, and he looked very nervous, like Colby Covington versus Usman 2, where Colby looked extremely nervous for that fight and got beat up in that second round, dropped twice, and then he eventually like rallied behind to win the next 3, or should have won the next 3. But yeah, Sean Strickland, I'm not sure what his game plan was. He was basically just standing. Of course, he doesn't really move his head much, but he's standing still, punching back and forth. And then he just gets caught. I didn't know if he was hoping that like at some point when he did get caught, he would shoot in for a takedown or not. That was his plan, if he wasn't expecting it to be that heavy a power. But yeah, very unfortunate. But I think it was the best case scenario after watching the card. Yeah, I don't think Sean Strickland probably would have been beaten easy. It would probably create a lot of issues for the division, especially for Pereira. Yeah, Pereira won the fight. Good win for him. And yeah, we're going to go on to the next fight. I did get this one wrong. I think I can put the record somewhere at some point. So next fight is Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. This fight was very good for Volkanovski. The first round was probably the closest round in the whole fight. It just was the Volkanovski show, really. I can't grab specific moments from the fight because it was just Volkanovski, just that much faster, that much powerful, and that much more technical than Max Holloway. He was just getting there way sooner. Damaged his, I believe it was his left eye, right in the middle towards the nose. Blood was streaming there. Holloway kept brushing it away. It was a very deep cut, and then his Holloway's right eye did get swollen up in the middle of that fight too. So yeah, it was very, definitely looked really well for Volkanovski. I don't think anybody's gonna beat him in the featherweight division. Probably like an Emmett or a Cater would probably do the most damage to him with their chins and all that, or the what is it? I think it was Mavzar Evloev. He could be very good. I don't think I've seen too much of him, but I'll have to look more into him. He could be decent against Volkanovski, but I don't see anybody taking him out soon. He wants to go up to lightweight, which would be a very interesting fight between him and Oliveira. There's currently no champion, so we'll see how that goes. For Holloway, he could go up to lightweight. I don't see. It's not like he can win the title again at featherweight. Maybe he fights one more match and goes up, or he just moves up and tries to get the title there. But Volkanovski's going out there too, so I don't know what he's going to do from now on. It will be very interesting. He got completely destroyed, really. The whole fight. Just technically beaten down. Volkanovski just got that much better from their last 2 fights. It's pretty insane. But yeah, we'll move on to the final match of the night. I did get that last one right too. And same with this one. Israel Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier. This fight, the first 2 rounds, Izzy was doing a little bit more than he was doing in the last 3 fights that he had. He wasn't he was still leg kicking, but he was actually throwing high kicks and all that. But for this fight, he did a little bit more in the first couple rounds. But then the 3rd round, Jared Cannonier started figuring out some things. Definitely thought he won the round. Apparently, Sal D'Amato fell asleep like everyone else did, and didn't score the round for him, which is why Adesanya got a 50-45 card, which is absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, I don't know if I get the 49-46. I thought Cannonier won the 5th round. I'd probably have to rewatch it. But, yeah, I thought it would have been like a little closer card. But 50-45 was a little ridiculous. But, yeah, Cannonier definitely won that 3rd round. The 4th round, I thought was super close damage-wise. And I had to rewatch that. Same with the 5th one. I thought the 5th one, Cannonier won. I thought the 4th one, it would be up to that one to decide who won. Guess not. Some people saw it different. I'm going to have to rewatch it, sadly. I don't know if I will, though. Because, actually, no, I'll rewatch it. But yeah, so now it will be Izzy versus Alex Pereira. Be a good fight. I think Alex Pereira will probably win that fight based on how Izzy just fought. Currently on Twitter, I believe, let me see. I think boring is trending right now with like, what is it? It was like tens of thousands of tweets. It was crazy in regards to this fight. So I don't know how many people want to see Izzy as the champ anymore. I think Pereira will knock him out most likely, or TKO, whatever you want to see. Probably knockout in, I don't know, the early rounds of a 5-round fight. I think Pereira wins the fight. I don't know how Izzy, I don't see how Izzy can win it, especially with the way he's been fighting recently. So yeah, that's what I got for the video. I will come out with my predictions for the next card. I believe it is I think it's Fizzy. I don't want to be wrong here. Let me check. Yeah, it's Fizzy of Adesanya. So I'll create predictions a little bit earlier than I did for this week. I think I published this like this morning for my predictions, but yeah, it'll be coming out way earlier. Sorry about that. Kind of slacking on them, but I'll start picking up the pace. Learn how to do these picks a little bit better. Just did them recently. I did a test run the week before. Did really well on it. Just learned a big lesson from this one. Trust the gut. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned.